Hello everyone, welcome back to Triad Travelogues. I am Richard and I'm coming at you today from the outskirts of Shanghai, China for the third and final part of an urban exploration series. I basically am exploring three separate commercial properties that are basically abandoned. Our first video, I explored this building that you see in front of you right now. There's actually a dude that's sticking his head out the window in sort of the middle. I'm not sure if that's a homeless guy or if that's a guy who rents that apartment there. I explored most of the apartments in this building, and I know that there is a family living where you see that guy poking his head out. And I'm not sure if they live there legally or what, but yeah, it's definitely not a place that I would want to live. And then the second video, we explored the building that is beyond that, the second building, sort of pink building that you can see in the middle. Today we're going to go around and we're going to explore the final building, the third building. It's the smallest building and it seems to be maybe the cleanest. Now, a little bit of background if you haven't watched the other videos. These properties, like I said, are commercial properties, but they're also residential properties in that on the first floor, the ground floor, there are basically abandoned commercial places, abandoned restaurants. I found an abandoned karaoke TV place. I found an abandoned realtor, like a real estate office. And then up above the commercial properties are residential properties. They are basically apartments. I assume for the most part that the people who own the restaurants, the people who own the stores, they lived right up above the place that they owned. So if they own the restaurant, they wake up in the morning and they get ready, they just walk down the stairs and there they are in the restaurant. So it's like the restaurant is attached to their apartment. Now, it rained pretty heavily today. It's around like 11:30, 12 o'clock right now. And as you can see, this whole area is basically flooded. And in the last two videos, it was dry and hot. The last two videos I did early July, or I'm sorry, early August. I may have done one like in late July. I don't remember the exact dates. But right now you can see it's all flooded out. Actually, the water is so bad here that I can't really, well, I could, but I really don't want to walk in there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk around this way. And I'll show you the front of the building first before we explore it. And again, we're going to explore this building all the way in the back. Now, the last time that we did this was last week, and I found an abandoned KTV, which is like a karaoke TV, a place that people go to sing and smoke cigarettes and drink alcohol. It's a big thing in China. People really like KTV here. And there happened to be a person that was living, or at least he was hanging out in the upstairs part of the KTV. So we didn't get to explore that whole KTV thoroughly. And I said in that video that I was not going back up there. And you know, I might change my mind. It's not going to be today. But maybe at some point I will decide to revisit that KTV and go upstairs and finish the exploration. I seriously doubt that that guy up there wants to do any harm to me. Maybe he does, I don't know. But we're not gonna worry about that so much today. We're just gonna worry about exploring the last building. Now look, if you can see, I think, okay, we're gonna just look up here. Okay, so this is the building that we explored the first day. And you know, you can go back and you can watch that video, the part 1 video. It's like 30-45 minute video, and it shows you, hey man, this place is gross. You know, I'm not trying to be like, I'm not trying to be an ass, but it's really super disgusting. It's not a place that you want to spend more than a couple of minutes. If you spent the night there, you probably would get sick. But look, do you see this? This is a restaurant right here. This is a restaurant that is open. It is operational. People actually like come to this restaurant and eat food at this restaurant. And the restaurant is surrounded by filth. Just absolute filth. And again, I'm not saying that because I want to be judgmental. I'm just saying, yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. I guess I'm just saying, I wouldn't eat at that restaurant. Anyway, and I'm pretty sure that the people that run that restaurant also live in that building. And there was a little girl in front of the restaurant, and I feel bad for that girl. She looks like, what, 5 or 6 years old. And it certainly cannot be a healthy place for anybody to live, but especially a little kid. Okay, so this is the building we explored last time. This is the second building. This is the one with the KTV inside of it. And this is the part 2 video, was this building. But we're actually going to go even further back. Oh man, look at this. All right, well, my shoes are getting dirty today. My wife is not going to be happy at all. Ugh. And this, you see all this like water. This is not normal water here. When it floods filth and grime and God knows what else. This is just pitch. It's not black. It's like greenish gray, like sludge water. Every time it rains in Shanghai, the air is filled with this really particular smell, and it's not pleasant. But yeah. Okay. So, sorry this is taking so long. This is the KTV that I was talking about. You can go back and you can watch part 2 of this series, and you can check out that KTV. It's definitely one of my favorite places that I've explored here thus far. Oh man, how am I gonna get past? It's just flooded. All right, I'm gonna try to do this. Oh, I did it. I did it. Okay. This is the building we're gonna explore today. We're just gonna slip right in. Like I said, this is the smallest building of those 3 properties. It's only what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It looks like there are 6 units. Very small units. Commercial properties downstairs, residential properties upstairs. So let's just go into the first one and see what we have. Now this is interesting because this looks like it may have been a school, right? Yeah, it looks like it may very well have been a school. I don't know why I assumed that. I might be wrong. I thought maybe these looked like chalkboards or something. I may be wrong about that. I'm not sure what this was. Oh, it's definitely very clean compared to the places that I went to last week. And I really want to come through here, but there are quite a lot of spiders in the way. I guess I should just not be a pussy. I'm just gonna plow through. I'm gonna plow through. Ready? Please don't bite me, spiders, please. Okay. Wow, there are a lot of spiders in here. There are spiders all over the place. And the spiders mean that there are not a lot of people coming in and out of here. Because there are spider webs in the entrance of the doors. So that makes me think that this is a relatively uncharted territory. Oh, that spider. All right, we're just gonna plow through this too. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ah! I'm sorry, spider. I'm sorry, Mr. Spider. Please don't bite me. Okay. So let's see. In here, I don't know if you guys can see this or not. I'll use my phone flashlight. I'm not even gonna apologize for the fact that I have not bought a flashlight yet. So this is filled with bicycles, really, really old, sort of dingy bicycles, a mattress bed thing, like a mattress frame. It looks like someone kicked the door down. I don't know. Not a hell of a lot of interesting stuff going on in here. Okay, and we'll come in here in a minute. First, though, we're gonna go up the stairs. And I learned the last time I did this. Oh shit! Ah, more spiders! Ah, please don't bite me, spiders. Like the spiders are gonna listen to me. Oh man, look at this. This is basically like someone has blocked this off. Ni hao. I've learned that it's best to make your presence known when you're coming up to something like this. Now, this is weird. Someone has blocked it off from the inside. Ni hao. Doesn't seem like there's anyone up here. Someone's blocked it with the box mattress thing. It's pretty well blocked too. Okay. This is a ghetto door. Ah! Oh. Oh, wow. Well, coming in here, oh, this is gonna be easier than getting out. Escaping will not be easy, so I hope nobody tries to attack me up here. Ni hao. Okay. I don't think anyone's up here. Oh, wow. So, what do we have? Just, oh yeah, a mattress with a bunch of chopsticks on it. Look, just in case you want to come in here and have dinner. You know, quick bite to eat. It's good to have some chopsticks. Another just empty room. There's mattresses in basically every one of these rooms. And look, you can see, yeah, that's some serious flooding. And honestly, it rained pretty hard, but it only rained for like an hour. Quite a lot of water for such a short amount of rain. Oh, this is pretty cool. This one has like a couch and everything. This one's got a couch and, oh look, a couch and mirrors. Look at that. We got mirrors on both sides. And look, the couch has feces on it. So, yeah. I don't know, why would you poo on the couch? Why would you do that? You think if you were chilling up here, you'd be like, oh, I should poo in the corner, not on the couch, so I can like sit on the couch. Like, the couch seems like a much more reasonable place to sit than the floor, which is covered with all manner of horrible things. But no, look, they poo on the mattress, they poo on the couch. Man. Okay. A lot of plates up here, see? So this tells me that probably there was a restaurant upstairs. And all of, you know, when they were clearing stuff out, they brought a lot of the stuff up here. The other properties that we explored last week also had bowls, plates, just a lot of sort of food-related items in bulk, you know, a lot of stuff. This is interesting because I'm pretty sure that, you know, this is one apartment and then this hole in the wall leads to the second apartment. You know, I think there were 5 units. So we're in unit number 1 right now. So we go in here, we're going over to unit number 2. So let's do that. We're in unit number 2, I guess. Oh, look. Oh, wow, look at this. Here's a roof. A really, not a great roof, kind of a scary looking roof. Hopefully we can get over to this part right here, which looks like a cool place to explore without getting on this roof, because the roof does not look safe. And interestingly enough about this roof, there's shoes everywhere. Look at all these shoes. So many shoes all over the roof. It's weird, in these properties, when you find stuff, you find it in bulk. It's always like not just a couple pairs of shoes, but like a dozen pairs of shoes. Okay, here is something that's really interesting. This is a bathroom that has a Western toilet, which is not a squat toilet, and you don't see that very often. It's not rare, but you don't see it a lot. Here is a bathtub, which is also something you really don't see a lot in China. I certainly don't have a bathtub. Here's a pair of what appears to be panties next to a dead cockroach, or a cockroach that I assume is dead, which is very strange, but yeah. So this is a weird bathroom. This certainly is not, it does not remind me of most bathrooms that you would come upon in China. Not a lot going on in here, just an empty room. Yeah, not much to see in there. Same in here, just basically a gutted room. These rooms, like I said in the beginning of the video, these rooms are much more, they're much cleaner than the rooms in the other buildings. It makes me think that they weren't lived in as long. You know, even the commercial part downstairs is much cleaner, much cleaner. Some kid stuff on the walls. This may have been, you know, a kid's room. But, okay. Well, now we could go down these stairs and see what's down there, but, well, actually we should do that because this is the obstruction that I had to get past to come up these stairs, and I don't really want to have to plow through all that stuff again. So we'll go down this way. Yeah. Man, there's a lot of these kinds of things too. Like somebody just went through here with some kind of a tool and just skirt, you know, like you key someone's car, except way worse. Actually, maybe those are wires that were pulled out of the walls. Yeah, that makes more sense, right? Like pipes or wires or something. Help me out, guys. I'm not a home builder. I don't know anything about this stuff. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, this bathroom is super dingy. This is actually... Yeah, we saw part of this earlier. Hold on. Yeah, look at this. Oh, man. This is a nasty, nasty bathroom. Should we go in? I guess we should. There's spiders in the toilet. Oh, man. Yeah, this is not a pleasant bathroom. So this is that second... Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were pulling wires out of the wall. That makes more sense. This is the second property number 2. There's some car stuff on the walls, like, you know, teenage girls, they put pictures of like teeny bopper famous boy bands up on their walls. Well, these people put pictures of like the interiors of a car. I think it's the interiors all of the same car up on the wall. So maybe that was their goal or something, you know. They set a goal, we're going to buy this car, and so they put pictures up on the wall. I don't know. Or maybe this was a car repair place. I doubt it. I think it's too small for that. There is, by the way, another video on this channel, or will be, that I shot a few weeks back of an abandoned car repair place. If that sounds like something you're interested in, you should check that out. Okay, more spiders! Ah! Okay, sorry. I don't have arachnophobia per se, but I don't particularly care for spiders. You know. Okay, wow, this is probably not the safest building to be in. You'll see that this is rubble that probably was demolished, you know, intentionally. But it also could easily have fallen just by itself. So when you see things like that, you know, there's one by this entrance over here. There's a lot over here. You know, if you were underneath something like this and it fell on your head, you would absolutely be dead or very, very, very hurt. So you always want to look up when you go into places like this, and you want to make sure that you're not underneath anything that looks too unstable. I mean, you always run the risk of stuff collapsing on your head. Wow, this is a lot bigger than I had assumed. It seems to maybe go deeper than I thought it would. I do not like the atmosphere back here at all. It is a very creepy it has a very creepy kind of vibe to it now. There's, I guess, pipes that were pulled out or something. They're pipes, right? Oh, I have water dripping on my head now too. It may very well be raining again. And these areas are much cleaner. And they don't have that kind of, that layer upon layer upon layer of dirt and filth, which makes me think they are newer. And this was a shower. You never find a shower with the actual shower heads and stuff still inside. They always rip out the shower heads. They always, all the nozzles and everything, they always take those out. I don't know if they do that to just resell them or what. I guess that makes sense. And maybe the wires that were ripped out of the wall were copper wires, and that's why they were ripped out. If somebody wanted to sell the copper. Look at this. All this little wiring, red and yellow and blue and white wires. This almost seems like a more recently abandoned like office. You know, like those portable offices that you see at construction sites? That's kind of what it seems like. A place that people may have worked and maybe some people may have lived. Here's another shower. See, yeah, these rooms are all very similar. I think that's what this was. I really do. I think this was either an office or a residential place for construction workers. Oh, man. Okay, we'll go on. Let me get my trusty little phone flashlight out. There we go. Any spiders? No. Oh, there's a stairwell. That means something interesting is coming up in a minute. Ugh, not this. Oh, wow, look at that. What is that? Do you see that? That is really nasty. I do not, whatever that is, I don't want to disturb it, but it's some kind of amber sludge in a bucket. Here's the stairwell. We'll go up there in a minute. I want to check out what's back here first. This is a lot different than what I expected when I first just kind of did a glance, a really quick walkthrough of the front of the building. I didn't know all this stuff was back here. It has a much different look to it than the buildings that we explored last week. Oh, yeah, more stuff has been pulled out of the wall there. Oh, look, it's a no digging sign. Don't dig here. I don't think anyone in their right mind would dig here. And there's the entrance to the building that I showed you at the beginning of the video. Huh. Oh, it's always, I know in the last video I said I wasn't going to talk about feces anymore, but I do want to point out these feces are really very, very, very new. Always when you see new feces, like really new, like within the last few hours, you always got to be on the lookout, you know, because that means there are people, or were people, in the vicinity. and you never know what kind of people you might run into. I like to believe that for the most part, people are good, and they're not going to try and hurt you, and that's how I like to live my life. But, you know, when I ran into the guy at the KTV, I did run. And I didn't even see the guy's face, but I did run. And that was not a reaction that I prepared for. It just was my instinct. And my instinct told me to run, and I ran. We'll look at these in a minute. I want to go... Oh, wow, look at this. Again, this is more stuff that's sort of not really safe. This stuff hanging from the ceiling, you know? Yeah, that could just come toppling down on you and crush all your hopes and dreams along with your skull. Yeah. Man, someone really went to town on the wiring here. Look at all this. Okay. Let's go back here and check out the upstairs. See what we can find. Oh, we'll come back here. We'll come out in the very back on the outside when we're done with this exploration. Okay. Now this is a lot less scary than sorry, I think there may be somebody up here. Hold on. Ni hao? Ni hao? Maybe not. I think maybe it's just the rain. Maybe it's just the rain. Oh, okay. Here, okay. I know where we are now. We are in this area I said I hoped that I could access without getting on this roof right here. So I was in one of these rooms when I said that. That's the roof with all the shoes on it. And I want to show you, I guess, since we're here, these across the way, these are actually construction worker residences where construction workers live while they are building these buildings that are back here. So these are operational, kind of semi-portable houses. There's housing units that construction workers live in while they're building, because it takes a long time to build, you know, these big buildings. And so we want to stay away from the window because there are live people walking around there right now. And while from my past experiences doing this, I don't believe that anyone will try to stop me, because who cares? But it's still better to be safe than arrested. Yeah. Man, this is a pretty sort of expansive kind of area. Oh, this is creepy, and I will tell you why. 204. That is my address. That is my apartment number where I live right now, 204. Which means that we gotta go in here. Oh, wow. It's a lot nicer than my apartment. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's not nicer than my apartment, but it's on par. On par with my apartment. I'm just kidding. I like my apartment. Oh man, look at that. Just rubble. This is kind of I don't know, dirt, just dirt. This is the backyard. This is the backyard for all the housing units for the construction workers. It's not the greatest backyard, but it certainly is a better backyard than the backyard of these buildings, which is just piles of rubble and filth. Okay. Oh, I feel kind of uneasy up here because I feel like the floors might not be entirely stable. And anytime you see stuff like this, you know, sort of just hanging from the ceiling, you think, well, oh, or when you see this, oh, look, condoms. Somebody thought that this room was a good place to screw, okay? And there's more than one box. Look, here's a box of condoms. Here's a box of condoms. I'm pretty sure that's condoms too. Oh my God. It's a box of condoms. Look, people come up here and screw, okay? Can you imagine, you know, you're on a date and you're like, everything's going really well and you're like, hey, I know this great place we can go and get it on. And the girl's like, oh, that sounds good. And then you bring her here. How do you think that would go well for you? I'm thinking not. But what do I know, right? Okay. Jeez. Okay, so this is I think the rain gives it a different feel too. Makes it seem more like mucky. And you know, something you always want to see when you're exploring abandoned properties is 666. It's actually, I'm pretty sure it's 999 though. But interesting, this is a little tidbit of information for you people who live in the West. You know, in the West, 666 is bad. It's evil. It's a bad luck number. But in China, it's good luck. Like 6 is good luck, but 666 is really good luck. And my daughter, actually, my baby was born on 6/6/16. She was born June the 6th, 2016. And people told me that, oh, that's good luck. And I was like, man, where I'm from, that's not good luck at all. They're like, my baby was born on 6/6/6. Everyone's like, oh no. You know, there's actually movies about babies born on 6/6/6, and they're always evil. But in China, it's different. Just like with the dragon, in China, the dragon is like lucky. It's like a symbol of good luck. It's like a good thing. But in the West, the dragon represents Satan and adversary. And, you know, the dragon is this bad, evil thing. Definitely just totally different cultures. See, of all the places we've gone, of all the places we've explored, you know, if I was a homeless person and I needed to sleep somewhere, I think this place would be better than any of the places in the other buildings that we explored in parts 1 and 2 of this series. Look at that, some black lager beer. That's a big can of beer. Look at that. Also, if I was homeless, I don't drink now. I used to drink, I don't drink anymore. But if I was homeless, I probably would drink, and I would drink those gigantic things of beer. I would come here, I would buy 2 or 3 boxes of condoms, and I would bring girls back here. So at least I know now what I should do if I ever find myself homeless in Shanghai. Okay, let's get our flashlight out here. Just another bathroom. Oh, and you know what? It's a bathroom, a Western toilet again. How interesting. I wonder why that is. Like, did we see any Western toilets in the other buildings? I don't think we did. I think they were all squat toilets, right? I may be wrong about that. I'm probably wrong about that. But I don't remember seeing a lot of them. It's like this never-ending maze of rooms. This is crazy. I can't believe how big it is. Like, I thought I would be able to do this video in like 20 minutes because of how small the building was, or how small it looked, and how empty the rooms looked. I thought, well, this will be the least interesting video of the three because it doesn't look like there's a lot to see. But this is actually pretty cool, you know. It's just more modern. It's like a more modern, destroyed apartment complex. Look at this. This is a refrigerator. I'm pretty sure this is it? Is this one of those refrigerators that you're not supposed to get into and lock yourself in because you can't get out? Should I try it? You guys think I should try it? All right, I'm going to lock myself in there, guys. Oh, actually, I shouldn't do that because then I won't be able to upload this video. Okay, I'm not going to do that. But I don't think this is one of those anyway. Those refrigerators that they tell you when you're a kid, like, I never understood why people said that, you know? Like, you can't get out of a refrigerator if you get stuck inside. Because I thought logically when I was a kid, yeah, I can. I could just push it open. But I wasn't raised around those refrigerators that had the latches, you know, where you actually had to pull up the latch. I've seen them in TV shows. Oh! Okay. This might be slightly dangerous. Wow, it's more just apartments. Wow. Yeah, this place is way bigger than I imagined it. More apartments. I'm not sure about the use of these. Like I said, the ones in the back seemed like maybe they were temporary or they were offices, but these were obviously built to stay. And these may have just been really small apartments that were rented out to people. Because, you know, like the other buildings, the first and second video I made, those buildings would have one apartment for each commercial property. So one restaurant and then one apartment above the restaurant. One, you know, whatever, the real estate agency, and then there was an apartment above the real estate agency. This is multiple apartments above only, I think, 5 commercial properties. Or what appear to be commercial properties. I'm not certain. More stuff ripped out of the walls. Yeah. So these were just, this was just a little apartment complex at one point. And definitely much newer, less lived in than the first and second building by far. You can smell the death and decay and misery in those other buildings, and this one doesn't have the same. It's still creepy, and the fact that it's a little more modern, and it seems like people left a little bit more recently. I don't know, it kind of just gives it a different feel, a different kind of creepiness. But like I said, if I had to live in any of these buildings, definitely I would rather live up here. It's much more open, you have access to outside. The air is not nearly as stifling as the air in the other buildings. I still, I don't want to live here, but I'm just saying, okay, should we go up here? I saw, when I first saw the stairs, I was like, oh man, I gotta go up these stairs, and I don't know, they're steep, they're wooden, and they lead into what appears to be, I guess can only be an attic, because there's really not a third floor on these buildings. Yeah, it's an attic. Ni hao. Ni hao. I don't think there's anyone up here. Oh wow, it is an attic. It is indeed an unfinished attic. If I'm gonna fall through the floor at any point, it's gonna be up here. It's very quiet up here. It's eerily quiet inside this attic. I'm guessing people live here at night. I'm guessing people do come here at night. You know, and this is not so bad. It just isn't as filthy. I think the filth of the other buildings really gives it like a much more sinister feel. And this is filthy, but it's less filthy. It doesn't have, there's not, you know, there's not feces and just death everywhere. I mean, like, couldn't you see, like, your stoner friend's attic looking like this? Some irresponsible frat house type people, they would have an attic that looked just like this, and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Yeah, I wonder what's in here. Oh, we gotta see what's in here. You know what? I'm gonna guess that it's beer bottles. That's what I'm gonna guess. Oh no, it's pretty much empty. There's not a lot in there. There's no beer bottles. There's some soda bottles. And I could, because I'm very thin, I could fit through there, but I've said this before, I've got limits, and that is one of my limits. I have a little claustrophobia. Ugh. This looks like it has some old costumes. Those look like costumes for like a stage play. And shoes, more shoes, so many shoes. It's the building of forgotten shoes. Okay, well, it's not as bad, but it still is depressing. It's fun to explore, but it's good to know that I won't be staying. You know what I mean? I think that I don't want to sound, I don't want to sound negative or nasty, but I think that's part of the appeal of urban exploration, is that you have something to offset it with. You have something to compare the conditions of the buildings or the structures that you're exploring to, you know. Like, I have home, and I have, I've got a lot going on. I got a wife, and I have a kid, and I don't think it's the entirety of the appeal, and I don't think it's a big part of the appeal, but I think there is a certain appeal to knowing that you can leave, you know. It's like part of, being a tourist in some country, a third world country, you know. You go there and you say, oh, it was really an interesting experience. It made me appreciate my home country more. It made me appreciate what I have. And it kind of sounds like a selfish statement. And it kind of is a selfish statement. But I think there is a little bit of that, when you go and explore these buildings, like, well, at least I'm not here forever, At least I don't have to live here. And so there is kind of that atmospheric element to it where you do consider, especially like, in the second video I ran into a nameless, faceless guy. I don't have any idea what the dude looked like, what he was doing up there. I just heard his voice, And what are these? RM14. I don't want to touch those. RM14. I have no idea what those are. But, when you run into things like that, when you see that there are people that are living in these conditions, there may very well be a person who calls this home, even if it is temporarily. It does give you kind of an appreciation for whatever life that you go back to when you leave this place. It's like the comfort of walking around outside when it's really, really cold and you're shivering, and it sort of is a miserable feeling. But you know that when you get home, you're gonna get under the blankets, you're gonna get next to the fireplace, you have a girlfriend or you have a dog or whatever you're gonna snuggle up with. And it kind of makes the cold feel welcome. You know, that contrast between the two things. And again, I don't want to sound like an ass, but I do, that there definitely is that element of appeal. I wonder why this blanket is hung up here. What do you think this is? Hopefully there's not a dead body. Oh, no dead bodies. I think I'd be able to smell a dead body. I think. I guess it depends on how long it had been dead. In this heat, though, yeah. Oh, wow. I want to say I'm almost sort of lost now. Oh, this is where we started. This is the first building, right? Is it? Yeah, this is the building with all the bicycles and everything. Yeah, this is where we started. So, is there anything left to explore then? Let's see. We went. I'll go through here. I don't think there's anything left to explore. I think we've explored everything. Right? Let's see what's up here. Oh, wait, this is the stairwell. We already came down this. We went up the other stairwell, and we came down this stairwell, right? Yeah, we already did this. Wow, I think that whole upstairs area is the bulk of this building. I think. I don't know. Let's see what's back here. Oh yeah, this is the other side. This is the other side of where we just were. Oh wow, okay. This is what I'm talking about when I say watch out. You always need to be aware of where you're at. Because look, do you see this? Wow, that is just absolutely terrifying. Okay, this is a hole in the ground. And the hole is filled with murky, disgusting water. And you know, if you were walking around here in the dark, because this floor right here, this is solid. I mean, it feels solid. But it just, you know, it falls away. And it's like, oh, that is terrifying. It's like a horrible dungeon. You could stuff somebody in there and, oh, that would be a terrible place to be. Can you see this? I want you guys to see how, and there's a spider that's guarding it too, how scary that is. Maybe it's just me that finds that scary, but yeah. I don't like murky bodies of water hiding underneath abandoned properties. Oh, yeah, that's not pleasant. Yeah, I was already in here, huh? Yeah, my sense of direction is so bad that I could probably just cover the same ground over and over again and I wouldn't remember. Yeah. Well, that's that. I'm pretty sure there's really not much left. And in China, by the way, if I did fall into that hole and I hurt myself really bad, I'm not going to be able to sue anybody. Maybe I could try. But number one, I'm a foreigner. Number two, this is China. Number three, this is China. You're not gonna sue anybody. Like, oh yeah, I broke into an abandoned property. with my GoPro as a white person. And I was trespassing and fell into a hole. Give me money. It might not even work in America, actually. So back here is less than I thought. When I looked out the window, I thought, oh, this might be a good way to end the video, and this sort of trash pile in the back, but there's really not a hell of a lot out here. Look, fabric, lots of different kinds of fabric. And look at this. Look at this. A giant, awful teddy bear. You see that? What do you guys think? Should I bring that teddy bear home for my baby? She'd love it. Look at him. Look how happy he is. Yeah. I'm gonna leave that teddy bear alone. Well, I am pretty certain that that is it. That's all. Wow, that means this series is done. Now, that doesn't mean that the urban exploration series is done. I really like doing these videos. It's a lot of fun for me. I love exploring these places. So I'm gonna look for some more. I'm gonna look for some more places in Shanghai to explore. I mean, they're everywhere. I see them all the time. So anytime I see one that seems like I could reasonably get in and explore without much consequence, I will do so. If you guys that are watching, if you have an interest in this kind of content and you are familiar with Shanghai enough to know of some places that I could go, that you'd like to see me make a video similar to this one, you can leave a comment in the comment section down below and let me know. I'll definitely take requests. And you know, if you point me to a place that is abandoned and I can get into and I can explore, I'll do it. If I can get the time, I'll do it. Eventually I'll get around to doing it. So if you like this video, definitely be sure to subscribe to my channel. There is other content on my channel that is not related to urban exploration. There's some travel related content, some of my commentaries about my philosophy of travel. There are videos that detail my wife and I traveling with the baby and the difficulties we encounter traveling with a newborn. A lot of content. I hope to build this channel up significantly more this year than I did last year. Get a lot of new good, just get a lot of good stuff up there. So subscribe to my channel, leave a nice comment down below. Please give the video a big thumbs up and check out some of my other videos. I hope you enjoyed this series. If you have only watched this video, you need to watch the other two. It'll take a little bit of time. They're like 45-minute videos. So the whole series is over 2 hours, but the series is an exploration of this whole block here of buildings, and it has been a blast to make this video, this series of videos. Maybe one day when I get the nerve, I will go into this KTV and do a thorough exploration of the upstairs. Maybe. I'm not gonna do it today, but maybe I'll do it one day. If I get enough requests for it, I'll do it. So, thank you for watching Triad Travelogues. My name is Richard. We'll see you next time.